Our next guest had a fantastic career at San Diego State. Tim Shelton joins us on San Diego Sports Leader, XX1090 via the Corky's hotline. Tim, great to have you back on the show. How have you been?
Thanks for having me back. I'm doing well.
Very nice.
All right, Tim, how was the Petco Park first pitch experience for you?
Really awesome experience. Nothing but love over there from anybody who knew what was going on in terms of Aztec basketball in the city. So, it was a lot of fun. I didn't screw it up, didn't throw it in the dirt. I think I actually threw a strike. So
You did.
Yeah, great experience for me. A lot of fun. The whole team was there taking pictures and whatnot. And Coach was like, I'm pretty impressed by that throw. I'm really impressed. So it was fun.
Well, the Padres can always use arms, Tim, so look for the phone call in the future. I wonder, were your boys razzing you a little bit? Like you said, you had the whole team basically behind you. Were they kind of getting on you a little bit, making you a little nervous?
A little bit of mixed feelings there. People are like, don't mess this up. And some people are like, you got it. So, you know how we are. Everybody's somewhat joking all the time.
Did you grow up as a baseball fan, Tim, or did you play?
Didn't really play. I grew up raised in Sac, so, I mean, I was a Giants fan originally. Didn't really play much. I played t-ball for a couple of years, but, I didn't really get into the whole baseball.
Did you warm up before the first pitch? You get a couple warm-up throws?
Oh, yeah, I got some warm-up throws in. My last two actually hit the dirt, so I was like, okay, no, I don't want it to feel.
What an honor. Tim Shelton throws out the first pitch at Petco with the rest of his team celebrating another trip to the big dance where they eventually fell to North Carolina State. Tim, I know this is tough, this question, but one game, when you look back on your Aztecs career, is there one game that stands out where you just say that was the most memorable of them all?
That's a good question. I don't know. There's quite a few. I think just kind of that home experience when your fans rush the court and you win a championship on your home court is pretty special just because everyone gets to really be involved with it, and it's at your home arena and things like that. So one of them is most definitely the Colorado State game last year, and winning that and everybody rushing the court and getting to come down the nets in front of a lot of fans and things like that. And then probably also, doing it at Vegas where there's not quite as many fans, but they're there. Just the feeling of cutting down nets and your home fans being around and everybody kind of having that sense of pride like we won a championship. I think that just those memories are probably my fondest.
Tim, as I think about this team just this past year, doing very well, getting to the NCAA tournament, being ranked pretty much throughout the entire year, I figured that this year, a lot of people have said it, this year will be the quote-unquote transition year where you lost a lot of guys from last year, then you're getting a whole bunch of guys coming up next year, and this year was a transition year. I think you guys overachieved. Do you think this team was a team of overachievers, and if so, how much?
I don't know. I don't really feel like it's overachievement. I feel like we're just a team of achievers. We don't like to lose. We're not used to losing, and, once again, we had a winning season. Obviously, everybody wanted to look past us this year. But, they couldn't. They still had to play us, and most of them we beat. So in terms of overachieving, I definitely don't think so. I think within the locker room, we felt like we were capable of this type of season and capable of even more, actually. So we actually feel like we left a lot on the table this year.
Tim Shelton, the former Aztec, joining us on San Diego Sports Leader, XX1090 via the Corky's hotline. Tim, you're an interesting player because sometimes when a guy is recruited, they say he's got a future playing. It seems like even when you were young, people knew you had a future in coaching. At what age did you know that was one of your passions?
I'm not sure. It probably started a while ago. I mean, I've always been somewhat of like a floor general. I like to communicate. I just love the game of basketball, and I like to see it played well, played right. I don't know, probably in junior high, most likely. I mean, I started talking to my dad about it a little bit, and just getting involved with other camps and things like that to coach little kids and stuff like that in high school.
Wow.
I knew it was something I enjoyed. So probably junior high to high school, that transition, and just being a part of those camps where I'm coaching the little guys, realizing that this would be something fun and something I could do.
Tim, I know that Coach Fisher is used to dealing with teams with egos, going back from the Fab 5 days, so next year won't be a big problem. But I really think – I don't know how much Coach Fisher's told you what your responsibilities will be when you're with the team next year, but I think you're going to be so important only because you could potentially be kind of like the glue between the new guys and the guys who are already here. The guys who are already here know, listen, I can win. We've been to the NCAA tournament. I know I'm deserving. And some of these new guys are highly talented. You may really be the important glue guy to kind of be a go-between for both of these kind of camps, if you will. Do you think about that?
A little bit. Whatever task I'm blessed to be assigned with next year, I'll gladly take on and do to the best of my ability. Just, being grateful to still be a part of the program and things like that. But, these guys are going to work hard. New leaders are going to emerge. Probably people, even coming in, a freshman, very well be one of the captains or leaders of the team. So, well, it's up in the air in terms of that. But, when it comes to me and what my role is going to be, I'm very anxious to see it. I'm excited, and I'm going to do the best I can, whatever that's going to be.
And, Tim, I know minutes shouldn't be a negative, but how much of a challenge do you think this is going to be for Coach Fisher when it comes to distributing minutes next year?
He had a lot of experience with that. I don't think it's really going to be something that's too challenging for him. It's definitely a better problem to have than not having a body out there. And, people shouldn't be quite complaining as much about being tired and things like that. So, I don't know. Coach is going to be fine with dealing with that. It's not something that's going to be a problem next year.
And, Tim, you talk about this team is going to look for a new leader next year. Obviously, you were that guy this year. Jamal Franklin, very talented, can be volatile up and down a little bit. Does he have the stuff to be a leader, a true leader of this team next year?
He most definitely does. You see him in practice, the attitude he carries in the game, the passion he has towards the game. And he's a winner. He has a winner's mindset. And although, you see sometimes his emotion may get the best of him, in terms of where he came from at the beginning of the year to now, there's been such a drastic improvement. And it's like, you look what he does on the court, you look what he does off the court, you look at the person he is. He's a wonderful person. He definitely has leadership qualities, and he can do it next year.
Tim, what do you think recruiting is going to be like? Do you think you'll be able to pop into a high school gym and identify talent and relate to these young kids? That could be a major challenge to learn exactly how competitive it is to recruit against some of these big-time California schools.
That's actually one of the things I'm most excited about is the recruiting process. I've actually been talking to Tony Bland about it a lot, and you know how great of a recruiter he is. So just in terms of a mentor, in that sense, definitely going to be with him a lot this summer, communicating with him and learning the ropes of recruiting. It's all about networking and using your resources. And, obviously San Diego State is a pretty easy place to pitch. And definitely right now in terms of, hey, come here, you're going to have a great career and you're going to experience a lot of things that, you can't in other schools or other institutions. So recruiting, I'm excited about that process and getting that going.
Tim, as you say goodbye to your playing days, do you have to say goodbye to your hip-hop days? Or can you still get busy in the studio as you become a coach?
That's a good question. And you do think about things like that. Obviously, to have a serious, professional coaching career, it's not realistic to be an artist. So next year I'll do the song one last time, and I'll probably leave it so that, I don't have to make another song. And then, get into coaching, so I'll be excited about that.
You just made me happy.
Right.
We got one more
song for next year. Okay.
You can promote it.
And it's going to have some staying power for years to come. Is that what you're saying?
We are going to have to do it all out next year. That way we never have to do it again. I'm hoping that we get Viejas. I'm hoping we can get coaching it. It's going to be good.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Very nice.
I feel like we're an FM radio station. You just heard it here first. Tim Shelton got to drop his new single next year. Tim, we're wishing you the very best. So great to have you on the show. Congrats on all of your success.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys having me back on.